4 days. That's all it took for NASCAR to lose one of its greatest warriors. Kyle Busch, a two-time Cup Series champion with 234 career wins across NASCAR's top 3 series, went from racing to gone in just 4 days. But here's what you need to know. The timeline doesn't fully add up, and the medical details surrounding his passing have left the entire racing community asking critical questions. On May 10th at Watkins Glen, something began brewing. Kyle complained about sinus issues during the broadcast, and the intense G-forces combined with elevation changes made his symptoms worse. After the race, he requested that his team have a doctor ready at his bus. He told them, "I'm going to need a shot." At the time, fans dismissed it as a tired driver recovering from a rough weekend. But that moment now feels like something far more significant, a cry for help disguised as routine. Before we dive deeper into this story, we want to let you know that we're NASCAR Racing Central, and we're building a community of true racing enthusiasts. If you're watching this breakdown, help us reach 500 subscribers. We'd absolutely love if you could hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, please drop a like and share this with fellow NASCAR fans who care about the real story. We're committed to bringing you the facts and the details that matter. 7 days after Watkins Glen, on May 17th, Kyle claimed his final victory at Dover in the Truck Series. When asked why winning still meant so much, he delivered words that now haunt the entire racing community. "Me, because you never know when the last one is." He didn't know those words would become prophetic. That victory lap would be his last moment of pure joy as a driver. 2 days later, on May 19th, Kyle posted a birthday tribute to his 11-year-old son, Brexton. The message read, "Happy birthday, Brexton. Your mom and I are so proud of who you're turning out to be. You're the best kid on and off the track. You amaze us every day. Keep doing what you're doing, and there is no limit to what you'll accomplish. Love you, buddy." He was spending quality time with Brexton at a go-kart facility opening that same night. This wasn't just a caption, it was Kyle being a father, documenting a moment he wouldn't see again. Everything changed on May 20th. The 911 call details that emerged are haunting. Kyle was at a General Motors training facility in Concord, North Carolina, conducting simulator testing for the Coca-Cola 600. The emergency dispatcher received this call. "I've got an individual that's got shortness of breath, very hot, thinks he's going to pass out, and is producing a little bit of blood, coughing up some blood." This wasn't a sinus issue anymore. Kyle was on the bathroom floor, conscious but completely unresponsive physically. The caller specifically requested no sirens, someone who knew Kyle was trying to keep things calm. He was transported to a hospital in Charlotte, North Carolina, but no public statement came for hours. The waiting began as fans, family, and the NASCAR community watched helplessly. On May 21st, Kyle Busch was gone. On May 23rd, the family released their statement. The official cause of death was severe pneumonia that progressed into sepsis. The statement read, "The medical evaluation provided to the Busch family concluded that severe pneumonia progressed into sepsis, resulting in rapid and overwhelming associated complications." NASCAR CO Steve O'Donnell released a statement. "We are devastated. Kyle was a rare talent, one who comes along once in a generation. But here's where the timeline becomes troubling. Kyle raced on May 17th and won. He had visible respiratory distress at Watkins Glen on May 10th. Between May 17th and May 20th, just 4 days passed before he was hospitalized with life-threatening sepsis. Brad Keselowski confirmed that Kyle wasn't feeling well, but refused to elaborate. How does someone with severe pneumonia race a truck and win? Sepsis doesn't typically develop without warning. The rapid progression raises legitimate medical questions that remain unanswered. The numbers that define Kyle's legacy are staggering. 234 career wins across NASCAR's top 3 series, the most in history. 63 Cup Series wins. 102 Craftsman Truck Series wins. 2 Cup Series championships in 2015 and 2019. He shaped modern NASCAR through sheer aggression, talent, and an unwillingness to back down. Richard Childress Racing made an unprecedented decision. The number 8 Cup Series car was being temporarily retired. Austin Hill would drive the number 33 instead. RCR released this statement. Kyle Busch was instrumental in the design of RCR's stylized number 8, and it has become synonymous with Kyle and an important symbol for his fans and the NASCAR industry. No one can carry it forward to the level that he did. But there's more to this decision. The number 8 is being reserved for Brexton. When Kyle's son is ready to race in NASCAR, he will inherit his father's iconic number. RCR is essentially saying, "This is yours, kid, one day." This connects to racing history in a profound way. In 2001, Dale Earnhardt Sr. died in a crash during the final lap of the Daytona 500, and RCR retired the number 3. Years later, it returned with Richard Childress's grandson, Austin Dillon. But this situation is different. Brexton Busch is Kyle's son, not another heir trying to fill a legacy. The weight of this decision is immense. Brexton's is 11 years old. He started racing at 5 years old, just like his father. He won the Tulsa Shootout Junior Sprint Championship. He has multiple wins and top 5 finishes in junior racing. After Kyle's passing, Brexton changed his profile picture to an image of him hugging his father after a Truck Series win at Echo Park in February. That moment of pure joy between father and son has now become a memorial. An 11-year-old is processing grief while simultaneously inheriting the heaviest number in motorsports. Will fans expect Brexton to become Kyle? Will pressure build as he grows up? What if he doesn't want to race at the highest level? Several questions remain unanswered. Why did pneumonia develop so rapidly? Why didn't hospital care after Watkins Glen catch it? The medical timeline from racing on May 17th to life-threatening hospitalization on May 20th raises legitimate concerns about medical oversight. Was Kyle pushing through despite knowing something was wrong? Did his team recognize warning signs? Kyle's wife Samantha Busch, his sons Brexton and Lennox, and his brother Kurt Busch are grieving privately. The family explicitly requested privacy. Yet the lack of detailed information about treatment, timeline, and specific medical circumstances has created space for questions and speculation. The racing community's response has been measured but revealing. Veteran drivers are giving careful statements while refusing to speculate. Their hesitations speaks volumes. What do they know that they're not saying publicly? Kyle Busch left behind a legacy that will never be matched. 234 wins, 2 championships, a racing style that defined an era. But he also left behind Brexton, carrying a legacy that most children will never understand. He left behind unanswered questions about the rapid progression of his illness, about the timeline from May 10th to May 21st, about what his team knew and when they knew it. The number 8 is gone from the track. The questions, however, are just beginning. If you found this breakdown compelling and you care about understanding the real stories behind NASCAR, comment below with your thoughts on the timeline and what you think the racing community should know moving forward. Share this video with other fans who deserve to understand the full context of what happened during those final days. If you enjoy real NASCAR breakdowns like this, you'll like what's coming next. Subscribe to NASCAR Racing Central for more in-depth analysis that goes beyond the headlines. Your comments help us understand what matters most to you, and sharing helps ensure the real story gets told.